and welcome, folks. Welcome to the Wall of Fame. Right. I'm going to get into this quite quickly. Everyone knows I cycle about the place. I'm a cyclist. But wherever possible, I try and make sure the safety of myself and others is the utmost. Now, the incident be, the green light came on for me, and in the other direction it was red, as in stop. Right, so I was making my way across, and as I was making my way across, the cyclist from the other direction was making his way forward and alarmingly close towards me. I had to do a wee manoeuvre like this, kind of jerk the bike, just to make sure I and the bike don't get whacked. But it was a close call. It was a close bike on bike collision. Right? And this is where things kind of got very hairy. All I said was, "Oh, for fuck's sake," right? Was enough to get the other cyclist to tail me for about approximately 75 yards and come up to me and, like, this square go stuff. Right? And I said to him, "What the hell are you doing?" And he said, trying to intimidate me. And I said, "Well, it's not working, sunshine." And then I started calling him my little tea cake, my little steak bake. I said, "It's not working. You don't." And it was like, "Well, it should." And I said, "Well, in this case it doesn't. Now fuck off." And he done a kind of weird U-turn and moved maybe 12 yards or something and called me a fucking autistic. Yes, this is a 40-year-old man. He should know better, but anyway. And I walked up to him and I went, "Excuse me, dickhead." And I went, "Listen, you don't need to worry about it. It's not a shame. I've got autism too." Right? Red flag! Right? Okay. I'll tell you something. Throughout my years, I've had a wealth of training flung at me. And one of the bits of training was actually about autism, interestingly enough. A very, very nice bit of learning to undertake if you ever do get the chance, might I say. Right? And, bearing in training that I had received and looking at him, he was not autistic, I can tell you that. There was a more likelihood chance that when he got on it effing autistic, he realised he went a wee bit too far and tried to backpedal and whatever. And I was just about to use a sentence. I have doctors that, whilst in hospital, actually put me through the test and it came out clear. But he hijacked the sentence at the point, "I have doctors," and I told him to shut his fucking mouth and let me speak. Right? Yes, I do talk to people like filth. It's absolutely, well, I get talked to like filth, so I pump it out and all. But and that's where square go number 2 comes. Because I told him to shut his fucking mouth until I was finished talking. And I said, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" And I said, "Are you trying to intimidate me?" "Yeah," and "It's not working." Then he started asking me my name, and I said, "You know what my name is? It's fuck you." "Yeah." He went, "No, your real name." And I went, "Aye, it is fuck you. FEHKYUE. Fuck you." Right, so he stopped asking my name after that, and I said, "That's not right. That's not right. Just asking randoms their names, and it's not right trying to start fights with randoms. Why are you asking people for their name?" And I said, I hope you're not one of them. I hope you're not one of them nonce pricks. And oddly enough, not a thing. Not a thing. Radio silence. Right, and he started calling me weird. I would have preferred him a weirdo, or a weird cunt, or a weird bastard. But just call me weird, and I said, well, I'd rather be weird than be a fucking nonce. It's simple math, really. And a wee bit later in, again, maybe about 10 or so seconds down the line, square go, number 3, right? And I said, I don't even know why you're doing that anymore. You're not getting the response you're going to be getting. So, in my way, when he did come up for a fight and kind of jump on his bike pedals, kind of at me towards a sort of lunge, it just didn't work. I even asked him, why don't you go and talk to your 40-year-old chums instead of fucking talking to people under your age? And this is the point where he had jumped on his bike back on the road and gave me the middle finger. I said, oi, put that finger away. Nobody enjoys being poked with a cold finger. So, yeah. And interestingly, just before I go any further, he did try to get a random member of the public who was a cyclist involved, but they had given him the "oh, I'm so over this" look kind of thing. So that's where things are at, and this is where things get quite difficult, right? If we take it for what it is now, he called he called me autistic. He took me a square go 3 times. He fired through a red light and almost caused a collision. He pursued me with an intent to assault. User kind of thinking, I should contact the police. But I'm going to tell you, I don't have his name. All I know is he's got a red helmet. And he was moving up the A82. Right? I don't know his name. There was nothing identifiable in his clothing. So all these kind of avenues kind of close over, right? And as said, I did give him out a few responses, but I never once fired through a red light. Number 2, I never made a collision with his bike. Number 3, I never went and pursued him for assault. Number 4, I never took him multiple square goes. Number 5, I never called him autistic. So there's something that went not well in that situation, especially with regard to him, and where to go with this situation, because I don't have a my camera on my bike at the minute, because I don't have his house address, name or workplace. Unfortunately, I can't really go very far, to be fairly honest. And actually, in actual honesty, I have nothing to identify him or anything else. All I know is he was forever trying to ask my name, and I kept telling him my name was Fuck you. Fuck you. Right? And I even said my name is Fuck you, just for clarity's sake as well. It feels difficult. I don't know what to do, but he certainly did do something bad, and he's obviously got bad attitude towards autistic people, and he has no qualms about assaulting people who he perceives to be autistic. That is extremely wrong. He needs to go to some kind of anger management about that, or go to some kind of autism awareness course. So he knows actually, yeah, he did something bad. See, when he brought up the thing going, oh, actually, I'm autistic too. Don't worry, we're all the same, right? I think that's when he realised what came out of his mouth was actually extremely bigoted, and he wanted to backpedal and look good. But to be honest, his shit had already fell at the dog SARS by this point. I mean, normally this stretch of road I don't actually use, but I was trying to experiment with alternate roads because the road I would use to get into work is extremely busy and can be potentially pretty dangerous. So I was trying to change things for the safer and the easier, but I learned from the future, don't go up that big road because let's say one road's more or less a car park and the other road's a risk of assault. Yeah, I mean, will I ever not cycle? Not in your fucking Nelly. I'll probably try testing various roads again to see if I can get a point where I can get from A to B without having to hear of this absolute C. You see what I done in puns, cunt. But anyway, yeah, I'm not feared to use my bike. I'm not feared of that guy. If anything, if we pass by, we'll probably give each other a dirty look at each other, but he keeps his horns and words to himself. And a side note, when I was talking about the whole autism thing, when I was in hospital, I actually was given the Pearson test and then the longer test to test for autism. That was just part of the whole package that was going on at the time. And shock horror. Oh my gosh. No. Hold on to anything that's dear, folks. I don't actually have autism. And when I told that guy at the time, right, his face dropped. But the law still states, if you get treated poorly because somebody perceives you to have autism or other disability, that already started a hate crime. And as I say, obviously the guy was, more than willing to whack an autistic or who he perceives to be autistic. So basically, he was willing to whack an autistic. That says a lot about him. But in Scottish culture, autism gets looked down very, very seriously, and I think it's absolutely disgusting. A lot of people view autism as the same way as something along the lines of syphilis, and that's absolutely rank. It's disgusting. As I say, I went to that course and learned that autism is a massive long spectrum, right? And you've got people right on that end where it actually does not bother them in any way, shape or form, to severe and profound autism where people are needing input from care services or family members to even get clothed and stuff like that. It's a big range between that, and that's just the way a cookie crumbles. There's nothing else that can be said nor done. But anybody with autism, anybody with mental health, anybody actually in the full fucking wide world should be treated with dignity. In Scotland, that doesn't quite work out, to be honest. There's a lot of, ripping the piss, persiflage, mild hate crime, and in some cases actually very, very, very overt hate crime, and it's absolutely disgusting. It seems to be, in some parts of Scottish society, autism is massively wrong, and why the fuck is it wrong? There's absolutely nothing wrong with people who have autism. There are parts of the spectrum where it actually makes a person better. It makes a person more back to their back kind of thing, in the sense that they're quite an interesting personality, and this brings it out a wee bit more to the plane. I just don't understand the scorn towards people that either have the autism or may have autism. They get treated like fucking shit. And, during my life, I've been called autistic probably a couple thousand times, through school and, other bits and pieces, and people that don't 100% quite know me, brand me as autistic and talk about it in a very pejorative fashion. It's disgusting, it's rank. It doesn't matter if you've got mental health issues, learning difficulties, LGBT or anything, or if you're just a normal run-of-the-mill general type person. Everyone deserves dignity and social connection. If these two kind of things aren't being met, or at least being given, honestly, things have to be reassessed and really fucking fast. If we are going down the whole wokey-cokey avenue, right? If we're going to try a serious effort at the wokey-cokey, then, to be honest, we need to start treating each other fucking better, and soon, and treat people that are mental health, learning difficulties, disabilities a lot better, because if we're going to do woke in this, then woke is completely fucking useless. It should actually not be even bothered with, and we should revert back to 1984. And it wasn't that long ago, about 110 years ago, people with things like autism and stuff like that were getting chased around big garden areas of local sanatoria in some weird perverse way of embarrassing him. I looked at an example. It was in London, and it was in the online website, and I just thought, fucking hell, that's how people treat each other. It's not really changed very much since I think it was 1918. It's absolutely disgusting. People treat each other and pose to be mental health aware if I copy and paste things you see on Facebook, and ADHD, autism, and all the other things, copy and paste on Facebook, but in actual reality, people hate and despise autistic people. It's just really fucking wrong. It's either we love and protect, or we fling under the bus. And to be honest, I've actually had the horrible experience of someone trying to throw me under a bus. I don't recommend it for anybody, and to be honest, the quicker that people start treating disabled a little better, or is perceived to be disabled a little better, the quicker the better, to be honest. Anyway, I've been chatting for far too fucking long. I wish I had a name for this guy, or I'd have blasted this guy onto the Hall of Fame right now. But anyway, I'll catch you later. Ta-ra.